Does your home feel more like a storage unit than a peaceful haven now that you're enjoying your retirement years? Decades worth of accumulated belongings can creep up on anyone. Did you know that clutter elevates stress levels and lowers productivity? Today, we're going to point out 16 surprising factors that contribute to a chaotic feeling in your home. Everything from easily missed messes to clutter with emotional connections. These tips will transform your living space, and you won't believe number 12. Stay with us to discover them all and restore a sense of peace and simplicity to your home. Let's meet Helen, a 68-year-old retiree who always took pride in making her house a comfortable place. Over the years, however, she noticed it wasn't quite the peaceful retreat it once was. Her living room felt crowded, her storage spaces were overflowing, and even finding her favorite knitting project had become a challenge. One day, Helen realized her home had gradually morphed into a cluttered labyrinth, leaving her feeling stressed and overwhelmed. The good news is that by making a few simple changes, she transformed her space into a sanctuary of calm and order, proving that it's never too late to reclaim your home. If you've ever felt burdened by the sheer amount of possessions surrounding you, Helen's story might ring a bell. Don't worry, you can easily make the same changes too. We'll walk you through 16 surprising causes of clutter and provide practical tips to help you declutter effortlessly. If this sounds like something you need, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more invaluable tips for creating your best life after 60. Let's begin with the clutter you might not even see anymore, invisible clutter. These are the small things that accumulate quietly, stealing your space and peace of mind without you being fully aware of it. Number 1. Paperwork piles. Think about it. Old bills, outdated magazines, faded receipts, and other loose documents tend to accumulate over time. Maybe it's because we think, I might need this later, or we simply don't have the time to sort through it all. Before you know it, these stacks of paper are taking over your kitchen counters, desks, and drawers. Switch to digital billing for utilities, subscriptions, and bank statements to drastically cut down on the incoming paper. For the physical paperwork you truly need to keep, designate a specific drawer or folder to store it, and make it a habit to sort through these papers every month to keep it under control. Take a moment to look around right now. How many piles of paper can you spot in your home? Is it 1, 2, or perhaps even more? Share your rough estimate in the comments below. Number 2. Unwanted gifts. Now, let's address those gifts you've been holding on to. Not because you love them, but because you feel guilty about letting them go. Maybe it's that decorative statue from a relative, the set of specialty mugs you've never actually used, or the piece of artwork that really doesn't match your personal style. Sound familiar? We often keep these items because of sentimental value, or because we don't want to offend the person who gave it to us. The truth is, if it's not bringing joy or usefulness to your life, it's simply taking up space. Donate or regift the items you don't use. Someone else might absolutely adore that statue or artwork, and getting rid of it will give you a little extra breathing room in your home. Number 3. Expired medications. Time to take a look in your medicine cabinet. How many half-empty bottles, expired pills, or forgotten ointments are sitting on those shelves? This is often one of the most overlooked areas in our homes, and it's a prime source of invisible clutter. Picture Helen, our 68-year-old retiree. One day, while searching for a pain reliever, she stumbled upon medications that expired over a decade ago. She realized she'd been holding on to items she didn't even need anymore. and they were just contributing to the mess. Safely dispose of any expired medications. Many pharmacies and local health facilities have designated drop-off locations for unused or expired medications. Clearing out your medicine cabinet not only frees up valuable space, but also ensures you don't accidentally use something that is no longer safe or effective. Dealing with invisible clutter can have a big impact on how your home feels. By tackling these three common sources, paperwork, unwanted gifts, and expired medications, you'll already be making significant progress toward creating a more peaceful, organized space. Stay tuned, because the next set of clutter culprits might be lurking in plain sight. Sometimes, the most obvious clutter is easily overlooked because we become so used to seeing it over time. Let's uncover a few subtle culprits that could be making your home feel more chaotic than it needs to be. Number 4. Outdated home decor. Take a good look around your living room or dining area. Do you still have artificial fruit displayed in a decorative bowl? Or is there a dusty fake plant perched in an overlooked corner? Perhaps you have an older patterned rug or heavy, ornate window coverings that haven't been updated since the 1990s. Home decor that no longer reflects your current tastes or stage of life can make your living space feel stuck in the past. Outdated decor can also contribute to visual clutter, making rooms look more cramped and crowded than they actually are. Consider opting for more contemporary, minimalist pieces that truly reflect your style today. You could replace those artificial plants with a single, easy-to-care-for real houseplant, or exchange heavy drapes for light, neutral-colored curtains. Simple changes like these can bring a fresh, updated look to your home without costing a fortune. When was the last time you updated your home decor? If it's been several years, it might be time for a bit of a refresh. Number 5. Those infamous junk drawers. Let's talk about the infamous junk drawer, or maybe I should say, junk drawers. Helen, our 68-year-old retiree, realized that she had not one, but 3 different drawers, stuffed with random, unrelated items. There were dead batteries, tangled charging cords, keys that she couldn't remember where they belonged, and expired coupons. Every time Helen opened one of those drawers, she felt a sense of unease and overwhelm, but she kept putting off the task of tackling them because it just seemed too daunting a job. Sound at all familiar? Don't try to sort through all of your junk drawers at once. That can quickly lead to burnout. Instead, designate just one drawer per month to tackle. Sort every single item into one of 3 categories: things to keep, things to toss, and items to donate. Only keep items that are truly useful or that hold some genuine meaning for you. You'll be amazed at how satisfying it feels to open a nicely organized, clutter-free drawer. Now be honest, roughly how many junk drawers do you currently have? Share your number in the comments below. Number 6. Obsolete technology gadgets. Next up, let's take a look at any obsolete tech gadgets cluttering up your home. Do you have a drawer filled with old flip phones you haven't used in years, remote controls for devices you no longer own, or a tangled mess of cables that you can't even identify? These items often sit untouched for years, taking up valuable storage space. Technology changes rapidly, so it's very easy to accumulate a pile of unused gadgets. Not only do these old devices contribute to clutter, but they can also be environmentally harmful if they are not properly disposed of. Take a thorough inventory of your old technology. Keep only the items you actively use, and take the rest to a local e-waste recycling center. Many stores and facilities now accept old phones, cables, and other electronic devices for proper recycling. Helen found a remote control in her junk drawer and couldn't even remember what it was for. Can you relate? These types of clutter are often easy to overlook, but getting rid of them can make a big difference in how organized and tidy your home feels. By freshening up your home decor, taming those cluttered junk drawers, and responsibly recycling old tech, you'll be well on your way to creating a space that feels more refreshing, more organized, and truly reflects you. Stay with us. In our next section, we're going to tackle emotional clutter, which is often the trickiest and most challenging of all to address. Often, the clutter that's most difficult to get rid of isn't just physical. It also carries emotional weight. These are the belongings that are deeply connected to cherished memories, significant events, and important milestones, making it very difficult to let go of them. Let's dive into a few of the most common forms of emotional clutter and explore some practical ways to handle them. Number 7. Sentimental keepsakes taking over. Helen, our 68-year-old retiree, truly treasured her memories. However, over the years, her shelves, display cases and storage boxes began overflowing with old photo albums, childhood trophies, souvenirs from past trips, and gifts from beloved friends and family. She found it nearly impossible to part with any of them, because each item held a unique story and special meaning. One day, Helen realized that instead of truly enjoying her keepsakes, they were actually overwhelming her. They weren't bringing her joy anymore. They were taking over her entire home. Remember, you don't have to completely part with your treasured memories in order to reclaim your living space. Instead, try preserving them in ways that are both meaningful and space-saving. Digitize old photographs and display them on a digital photo frame, or create a beautifully designed scrapbook for your most cherished mementos. This allows you to easily enjoy and reminisce about them, without allowing them to consume every corner of your home. Always remember, your memories don't have to physically live on your shelves in order to live vibrantly in your heart. By thoughtfully organizing and curating your keepsakes, you can honor your past while simultaneously making room for the present. Number 8. Clothes you no longer wear. Now, let's take a quick peek inside your closet. Are the hangers packed full of clothing items that no longer fit you, suit your current lifestyle, or even bring you joy anymore? This is a very common type of emotional clutter. We tend to hold on to certain outfits because of the positive memories associated with them, or we keep telling ourselves that we might be able to wear them again someday. Helen's closet was packed with everything from professional business suits that she hadn't worn since retiring to jeans that she hadn't been able to fit into for more than a decade. The result? She felt like she had nothing to wear, even though her closet was completely overflowing with items. If you haven't worn an item of clothing in over a year, it's probably time to let it go. Donate gently used clothing to a local charity, or sell items in good condition online. For those items that have strong sentimental value, consider selecting just 1 or 2 special pieces to keep as mementos and donating or selling the rest. Let's make this a little personal. What's the single hardest type of item for you to part with? Is it a certain piece of clothing, a special keepsake, or something completely different? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Emotional clutter can often be the most difficult to sort through, but clearing it out can create not just physical space in your home, but emotional freedom in your life as well. With a little planning and creativity, you can hold on to your most precious memories while letting go of any unnecessary excess. Next up, we'll reveal some of the most common everyday clutter culprits that sneak into your space when you least expect it. Don't miss it. Some clutter doesn't come from large, obvious items. Instead, it sneaks in through the small, everyday things that we use, or don't use anymore, but keep around anyway. Let's uncover 3 common sources that might be lurking in your home right now. Number 9. Plastic storage containers without matching lids. Helen's kitchen was a perfect example of this problem. Every time she opened one of her cabinets, an avalanche of mismatched plastic containers threatened to spill out onto the floor. Some of the containers had no lids, others were badly stained, and many were just taking up space for no good reason. Over time, these containers can really pile up without us even noticing. We often hang on to them thinking that they might be useful someday, but they frequently end up just contributing to the overall mess. Set aside some time to go through your entire collection of plastic containers and match each container with its corresponding lid. Keep only a handful of matching sets that are in good condition and toss or recycle the rest. You certainly don't need a huge stack of storage containers when just a few reliable ones will be more than sufficient for most needs. Number 10. Excessive multiples of the same items. Have you ever realized that you own far more of a particular item than you could ever realistically use? Helen certainly did. She made the surprising discovery that she possessed 4 separate spatulas, 6 pairs of scissors, and a seemingly endless supply of pens, all scattered throughout various drawers and cupboards in her home. These excessive duplicates tend to creep in gradually over time, because we either forget what we already own, or we tell ourselves, I might need another one someday. However, more often than not, these multiples simply go unused and contribute to clutter. Take a moment to ask yourself, do I really need this many? Go through your kitchen tools, office supplies, or general household items, and only keep the ones that you use on a regular basis. Donate or recycle the rest. Now, be honest. Roughly how many duplicates of a single type of item do you think you have scattered throughout your home? Feel free to share your guesses in the comments below. Number 11. Old or unused hobby supplies. Helen also had a particular corner in her spare room dedicated to a knitting phase that she'd briefly gone through several years prior. This dedicated area was filled with piles of yarn, knitting needles of various sizes, and numerous patterns, all for a hobby that she enthusiastically started, but had quickly given up on. Hobby supplies are among the most insidious sources of clutter. We buy them with all the best intentions and aspirations, but when the initial excitement fades, they simply end up collecting dust. If you've outgrown a particular hobby, it's probably time to let go of the related supplies. Consider donating them to someone who will actually use and appreciate them. For example, a crafting group, a local school's art program, or a charitable organization. You'll likely feel a sense of lightness knowing that your old supplies are going to a good cause. Little things, big impact, surprising sources of clutter you're overlooking. Everyday objects can easily blend into our surroundings, almost invisible, but by paying attention to them, you can free up significant space in your home. Next up, we'll look at a surprising culprit, your collection of sentimental, just-in-case items. Stay tuned. The next clutter sources are often the most unexpected. We barely register them as clutter until we take a closer look. Let's reveal these hidden offenders that may be right under our noses. Number 12. Outdated pantry staples. Have you ever peered into your pantry and discovered a spice that expired back when your kids were in elementary school? Sarah did. She unearthed a can of beans from the early 2000s and a seasoning blend she didn't even remember buying. Expired pantry items are like forgotten relics. They go unnoticed because they quietly reside in the back, collecting dust and occasionally emitting strange odors. Make it a habit to check your pantry at least once a year. Examine expiration dates, discard anything stale or past its prime, and organize what's left so you can easily see and access it. Pro tip: consider using shelf organizers or clear containers to make finding things easier. What's the oldest thing you've ever found in your pantry? Share in the comments. I bet someone can top Sarah's discovery. Number 13. Damaged or will fix later items. Sarah's garage housed a collection of dented watering cans, a chipped flower pot, and a radio she kept meaning to repair one of these days. But one of these days never arrived, and these items just occupied space. Holding onto broken belongings with the intention of fixing them is common, but when months or even years pass without action, they simply become useless burdens in your home. Establish a clear time frame. If something is broken, repair it within 6 weeks, or it's time to let it go. Be honest with yourself about what you're realistically going to fix. For items beyond repair, explore recycling options or donating them to an organization that can reuse the materials. Letting go of broken items can feel like giving up, but it's also liberating. Remember, your home should be a sanctuary of function and pleasure, not a storage unit for unresolved projects. These overlooked sources of clutter might seem insignificant, but addressing them can have a remarkable impact. Your home will feel more spacious, more organized, and even more refreshing without expired food and broken things weighing you down. Next, we'll address one final category of clutter that's harder to identify, but just as crucial to tackle. Be sure to check it out. Now, let's delve into some difficult truths. The clutter that not only consumes physical space, but also influences how we feel about our homes. These are the issues that might be challenging to confront, but once addressed, they have the power to genuinely transform your living space. Number 14. Bulky, out-of-date furniture. One of the hardest realities Sarah had to confront was her bulky, outdated furniture. Her armchairs were large and cumbersome, making her living room feel confined and crowded. It felt as if the furniture itself was monopolizing the space, leaving little room for relaxation or movement. Overly large or obsolete furniture can make a space feel smaller and more cluttered, even if everything else is well organized. When you have large, unwieldy pieces, they dominate the room and reduce your sense of tranquility. Replace old furniture with smaller, versatile pieces that suit your current needs and lifestyle. Look for ottomans with storage or tables that can serve as both coffee and laptop tables. This will free up space and make your home feel more open. And number 15, overflowing collections. Sarah also had an extensive collection of porcelain dolls, dozens of fragile, dusty little figures. At one point, they covered shelves throughout her living room, study, and even the entryway. Over time, the collection became more of a chore than a pleasure. She hadn't even dusted them in recent memory. Sarah realized she wasn't enjoying her dolls anymore. She was simply maintaining them out of obligation. Every time she looked at the shelves, all she saw was more clutter. Keep only a select few favorite pieces on display and store or donate the rest. Collections can easily spiral out of control, but when curated intentionally, they can be a beautiful part of your home rather than a distracting mess. Number 16. Neglected storage spaces. We all have hidden spaces in our homes, storage rooms, spare bedrooms, and sheds that tend to be overlooked over time. These areas can quickly become repositories for items we don't know where else to store. Sarah realized her storage room was crammed with things she hadn't seen in years: old games, unused exercise equipment, boxes of Christmas decorations, and assorted odds and ends she didn't even remember owning. Tackle these forgotten spaces, one small section at a time. Begin by sorting through containers or clearing off one shelf in the shed. Break it down into manageable steps so it doesn't feel overwhelming. Facing these difficult truths might be challenging, but it's an essential step to reclaim your space. When you address bulky furniture, overwhelming collections, and neglected storage spaces, you're not just clearing clutter, you're creating room for a more peaceful, organized, and enjoyable home. Conclusion. As we reach the end of this exploration, let's take a moment to consider Sarah's transformation. With these straightforward adjustments, Sarah discovered more space, more serenity, and a renewed sense of calm in her home and her life. Decluttering isn't just about tidying up. It's about creating a home that truly reflects your golden years. It's about surrounding yourself with the things that bring you joy and letting go of the rest, so you can fully enjoy the space and the moments that matter most. Now, you don't have to implement all these changes in a single day, but every small step can contribute to a greater transformation. Ready to begin? If you found these tips helpful, give us a thumbs up. Share this video with someone who could benefit from a little decluttering encouragement, and don't forget to subscribe for more lifestyle advice to help you make the most of life after 60. And if you're looking for more ways to simplify your home and life, explore our channel for more related content.